So you ready?
No. It's the half-hour happy hour with Allison and Alex. I'm Alison Haislip.
And I'm Alex Albrecht. Each week we are getting together in my lovely studio
/ garage.
/ garage with my buddy Tom Krajewski, who is our audio engineer. I'm going to start calling you audio engineer. Not the knob turner.
Knob turner.
I just love that
That's
our audio
dirty.
engineer is like, what knobs? What are the knobs?
He's
a
like, I know
microphone?
nothing about audio nor engineering. Why did you bring me on for this job?
So first off, hopefully everybody can hear that we sound a little louder.
Yeah.
I actually
We
stepped
listen
up.
to you, internets.
We do. Don't go crazy, though, internets. we listen only to constructive criticism. But yes, I think adding the headphones, last time literally Tom was the only one with headphones. And so we were like as casually not using the microphones as ever, sort of like what you're doing right now because you're chewing.
I realized I put a cracker in my mouth and I can't chew it near the mic like this. You guys are going to
I
hear
think
me
there's some
eat.
people out there that would enjoy that, strangely enough.
They already have.
Hi.
Yeah.
Stop.
Yeah.
Shivers.
The audio of pretty girls eating.
I came over to Alex's house and I was like, do you have food, Alex? Because I haven't eten yet and I can't have a glass of wine because I'll be drunk.
Which
Obviously.
I think has already started.
No. Guys, I had a long night. That's why I texted you this morning. I was like, can we do noon instead of 11?
That was perfect, by the way, because I was still playing Diablo 3.
Oh, there you go. Nice. Anyway, I asked Alex for food, and what he gave me are gluten-free skinny crisps, seeded,
Chickpea flour
wow.
crackers.
and cottage cheese
And
with
cottage
lime
cheese.
and salt, and it's amazing.
I am an 80s housewife. If I gave you a tab as well, I think that would be the only...
I always preferred Crystal Light, actually.
Crystal Light. You know,
That was
that's still a thing, right? I think
Oh,
you
it
can
totally
still
is.
get it.
Really?
Yeah. Oh, you absolutely can. That's what Blake Shelton drinks on The Voice. He drinks Crystal Light and Bacardi, like he's a fucking college kid or something. That's my
I know, it's
favorite.
like- it's
my
like
favorite
Boone's
trait
Farm.
about him is that he drinks Crystal Light and Bacardi.
That is amazing. So a lot of things happened over the week.
Yeah.
Not really, but a few notable
for us.
things.
Yes.
A few notable things. One, I don't know if you noticed this,
What?
but Twitter updated their Twitter app to do exactly what I had wanted literally talking about last week. Remember I was talking about how
were we
annoyed I
talking
was
about?
with retweets? I was like,
Oh,
retweets
yeah.
are broken. Why don't you fix it? They literally fixed it like Wednesday.
Oh, I didn't even notice that. What did they do?
Now, when you do the quote treat, it actually in Twitter, like
Oh,
you
it gives
see
you the little picture.
the little box of
Yeah.
the original tweet, and then what you say.
I was wondering what that was. I just
It's
didn't.
the new retweet. They listened
new
to me.
retweet.
And by the way, they are very fast at computer programming to be
Yes,
able
so
to
you think
hear
it's your idea?
hear our podcast on Tuesday, and they were like, "We can get this done by Wednesday."
Yeah, we got this.
After 7 years of never doing it, so that was cool.
That's amazing.
Yeah,
Look
it
at you
feels so
changing
good.
the world, Alex.
I think we are changing
we
the world.
collectively changed the world.
I still
with,
have
with
no
this
idea how to
podcast.
use Twitter, by the way.
Oh my gosh.
Jen tries to teach me how to use it all
Tom,
the time.
you're fired.
I do not know.
I'm
embarrassed.
fairly easy. You're basically just yelling into a hole
But-
at 140 characters at a time.
Blah, 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 blah,
It still
blah.
sounds complicated.
Same.
Yeah. The other thing, just so everybody knows, I know we talked about the Apple Watch. I did not pre-order the
Oh
Apple
yeah,
Watch.
the pre-orders went on this week.
And at this point, after you don't pre-order the Apple Watch, literally like 6 hours after it's out, my friend ordered one like the next morning, and it's not coming until June.
oh my gosh.
So he was like, shit.
Well, damn.
Well,
Wait,
damn.
Tom, you pointed to yourself like you did
you get
pre-order.
one?
No,
Did you
no. I
pre-order
pointed
one?
out to you last week that you didn't have to fit in with your friends who were going to give you a hard time for getting the watch.
Well, the
Trying to build up your confidence.
Thanks, man. Thanks, Tom. I feel so much more confident. My confidence has been built so much. I'm like a castle of confidence.
You're welcome.
Thank you, Tom.
A castle of confidence.
Oh my god. Okay. So
What else?
also before we get into
Yeah.
crazy stories time, exploding kittens.
Oh my gosh. I got a beta copy of the game.
I know. I saw it on. I think it was Instagram, and I was like,
Yeah. So
Do you know about exploding kittens? All right, tell Tom about exploding kittens.
okay, Exploding Kittens is just a card game, basically. When you break it down into its purest form, it's Russian roulette and cards. But it's hilarious, and the guy from the Oatmeal illustrated it, so it's got these amazingly funny pictures on it.
Okay.
And
It's sort of like hot potato, but you're trying to avoid a
The
cat
exploding
exploding.
cat.
Yes,
Yeah.
exactly. So they started a Kickstarter campaign just to get this game. It was just like a passion project for everyone involved. They just wanted the money to produce the cards.
And they wanted like $10,000
They wanted
$10,000.
$10,000. They raised over $8 million
For a card game?
For a card
Million
game.
with an M, my friend.
Yes.
We
What's
are,
ours?
we
What's
are
our
all
game?
in the wrong career.
Yes, exactly.
What?
Well, no, but here, so a buddy of mine is one of the people who worked on that,
Yeah.
which is how I got the beta pack. I had lunch with him.
Because
this
see,
week.
I thought it came out.
No.
That's why you were holding it. I was like, oh my God, we got to play this. But
Yeah, no, I have it with me. It's literally in my purse because right after this, I'm going to International Tabletop Game Day, and so
dude, and you just want to walk in and drop that onto random tables
No,
and be like,
yeah.
suck it, nerds.
what's up? I just pulled it
Boom.
out. Everyone listening to the audio podcast, I'm currently holding Exploding Kittens in my hand. Anyway, yeah, so my buddy
Well, don't
gave me
throw
a
it on your
copy.
purse. Give me here.
Sorry, all right, hold on. You have to be careful. It's really hard.
Let me put my white gloves on.
So because this is just like a tester pack, it's like the quality of it all is really cheap, and the box, it's really hard to open.
oh my
without
God, I can
ripping it.
hear it
Yeah.
opening. This
Yeah.
is like the cards that you got on like a Delta flight across
Exactly,
country in
that's
like
exactly what it's like.
87.
Here, have a stack of cards.
Oh my God. See the future.
Hey, where'd
yeah.
the pack go?
Hey,
What happened?
do not steal my Exploding Kittens. Here.
Feast
You can, like-
upon a unicorn enchilada and gain its enchilada powers.
Sounds awesome.
Oh my God. Privately
It's
view
so
the top
fun.
3 cards. I want this game in my face.
Yeah, when I showed
when does
up-
it come out? You're
I don't
gonna
know.
be the queen of the ball. I mean, I
Yeah.
really feel bad for Felicia because everyone be like, Felicia, we love you. Does that girl have an exploding kittens pack?
I'm just gonna walk around holding it above
Yeah.
my head and let my minions come to
Oh
me.
my God. Anybody want to play Exploding Kittens?
I know.
Yes, everybody does. This is amazing. I know. I do
It's pretty
feel
awesome.
That's really cool.
And it's so fun. We played a game at lunch, just the two of us, and it was super fun.
Yeah, there's a reverence I feel holding them.
Yeah, right?
It's
I
very,
couldn't believe
it's very
like,
awe-inspiring.
I was getting lunch with him just to get lunch, and he shows up. He's like, I have something for you. And he takes it out. I'm like, what? I got Exploding Kittens before anyone else.
That is that is literally fantastic.
Yeah.
In my day, it was Uno.
You knew the guy that invented Uno?
Yeah.
No, but you know what? My best friend growing up, I won't say his name, but growing up, his dad invented the clapper.
No.
Oh my gosh.
Invented the clapper on company time, so I got nothing from it.
No.
Yeah, that's,
Clapper guy.
Yeah, poor clapper guy.
I just found out that my friend's dad invented Connect 4.
What?
Yeah, Tom
Get him on the
just
show.
fit-
Yeah, can we interview Mr. Genius?
He's in
Mr.
New
Connect.
York. Maybe if we move to New York.
Mr. Connect.
Yeah, right.
Jim Connect invented Connect 4?
I was like, that's amazing.
Oh my God! All right, let's get into a couple interesting tidbits that I found
Some
on
stories.
the interwebs.
I like it.
First off, this is crazy just because I love anything that has to do with alcohol fueled hooliganism.
I love
Who doesn't?
I just
like
love-
this
Well, and also,
podcast.
yeah, I was gonna say I'm also drinking a hard cider, which I believe is it hard cider or is it the snake bite that's banned in the UK? I think it's the snake bite. So it's like half beer, half cider is banned in the UK.
What? What do you mean
Because it makes
banned?
people fighty.
it
You can't buy them. It does. It literally
makes people
It
fighty.
makes people fighty, and so they were like, okay, you can't sell snake bites in the UK
That's so
anymore.
funny because like it's not like a snake bite comes as its own thing. A snake bite is
Right.
a bartender pouring you half
Right.
beer and half a
They
cider.
are not allowed to do that anymore.
Wow.
And so this is the new thing. So these monks in this place called
Thelonious.
Buckfast Abbey. Buckfast Abbey. Buckfast
Buckfast
Abbey.
Abbey.
Buckfast
Okay.
Abbey.
In Ireland, I'm guessing.
I think it's Ireland. I think it's Ireland.
Okay.
Or it might be Scotland because Scotland is where
Scotland.
they're having some problems with this.
Oh.
Because they didn't realize this, but they were making this wine. It's a fortified wine.
That was disgusting, Alex.
That's the
You just
fortification.
burped.
That's the fortification. So it's got caffeine in it,
What?
and essentially it's basically like the Four Locos of wine,
Oh my goodness.
and it has more. In one glass, it has more caffeine than a Red Bull.
Oh,
Yeah, and 15.5% alcohol by volume.
that's got to be so bad for your body.
Yeah, when do we get it?
Does your heart just stop?
No, I feel
when
like
you
I
drink?
should have got
that
some
should
before
that should have
I
been our next show. Our
Yeah,
next show.
we should totally do that.
Alex,
It's
get
like-
some.
I'm gonna look for Bucky, as they call it. The
It's called
slang for it is
Bucky?
Bucky.
Oh my gosh, find Bucky.
So there's in Scotland, there's this crime culture called Ned culture. I guess Ned
What?
is sort of their slang for hooligan.
Okay.
And like I guess the whole concept is that in this one little area in Scotland, there were 6,000 crimes reported that all had to do with people drinking Buckfast Ale.
Oh, 6,000!
6,000 crimes where they were like,
But now
and the person was drinking Bucky.
What was this? Just one night when like people rioted and everyone was drinking Bucky?
Oh yeah, you mean
6,000 people?
Yeah, you mean
were
Black
arrested?
Bucky Night?
Yeah.
The 2013 was like August 10th, Black Bucky Night. No, this is over the course of a year. And so essentially the police have now gone to go to basically say, hey monks, could you please stop making this shit that you've been making
Yeah.
since like 1800? And
Oh,
they're like,
and it's just like
no.
being discovered by people that.
I think people are just starting to be like, oh my god, this is
We
crazy.
need to drink Bucky.
We
Okay.
gotta drink this
I
Bucky.
thought this was like a new thing that the monks were making, but no, they've been making it for hundreds of years.
Let's bring the monks over here. They can make it here.
Yeah.
Right? If they're
We
gonna
got
be,
you, monks.
Yeah, we want crazy monks
Come to
making
Los
crazy
Angeles,
shit.
California.
The Four Locos of what? Have you ever had tried Four Loco?
God, no.
I know. I want to try it. Have you ever tried Four Loco?
No, don't know what it is.
You don't know what it is?
You're an old man, Tom.
I'm not an old.
I'm not old. I just
I
don't
just
like
don't leave
things.
the house. No. Yeah. No.
Four Loko is basically like an alcoholic Red Bull.
Yeah.
Like it's in a can. It's like alcoholic soda, and
Yeah.
it's super caffeinated.
And it got banned in a couple
it got
states.
Banned. Yeah, because
Yeah.
people would die because they would drink too much of it.
Okay. Now
Because they
I
would
will
be
try
up all
some.
night, right? Because
Yeah.
it's like you don't get tired. You're like you get fighty, which is what the problem with it, or maybe crimey, I should say.
Crimey.
Yeah. So Bucky gets people crimey.
Okay.
And so they were like, we should cancel it.
Snake bite gets people fighty, but Bucky
Snake-
gets
yeah.
people crimey.
Exactly. See, if they just knew what kind of E the thing made
Crimey
you.
Yeah.
and fighty. Yeah.
Crimey and fighty. That's two
different-
different
What
things.
makes everyone lovey? Just have the lovey drink.
I think it's ecstasy.
Oh yeah, you're right. Molly these days. It's not ecstasy anymore.
Oh, I'm not going to get on the Molly
It
bandwagon.
was ecstasy back in our day.
Yeah. It was X back in the day.
Coke
Yeah.
for me.
Oh, you like Coke. You're a cocaine guy.
That Coke makes you lovey?
Coke makes you lovey. Oh, my
That's
God.
weird.
I've always been... cocaine is one of those things that I was like...
I was kidding.
I'm never going to try it because it's probably something I would fall in love with.
I just have a thing where I never really want to try any drug that could potentially kill me in one use.
That
Like,
is
that
that
to
is
me-
a... You know what?
Talk about Russian roulette.
Way to stay
I don't
alive.
need that. Yeah.
Yeah, that's the exploding kittens of drugs.
Right.
is cocaine.
That happened to the guy on the Celtics back in the 90s. It was his very first night. He had
Are you
just signed with the
serious?
Celtics. I believe it was the Celtics. 'Cause I was
Really?
back in Boston at the time.
Yeah.
And so he went out to celebrate with his friends, and he did like his first hit of cocaine, and like he immediately had that reaction where he died. I looked up on WebMD.
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 You and your horrible WebMD. First off, you
Cocaine.
should be using regular WebMD by now.
Yeah.
I like
not
my
your
CD-ROMs. Yeah.
Oh my God. Wanted to talk about. So this is. There was an article about this, but I figured I'd just open it up to global conversation.
Are we still talking about Bucky?
No, new thing.
moved on. New topic.
Game of Thrones is tomorrow.
I know. Hey, exciting news.
Oh, yeah.
Wait.
Who knew? I didn't even know. I'm eliciting exciting news, and you're like, well, no, it's not exciting news.
Well, no, I just realized because we aren't putting this out until Tuesday that
Right.
Game of Thrones will have already aired and people will
Right.
already know this. But I am hosting a Game of Thrones after show talk show
What?
on the stream.tv. Yeah.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Thank you. I'm
When
very
I mean, I'm
excited.
sure there's an actual like you'll be able to watch it later, right?
Yeah, yeah,
So
yeah.
in
it'll be
case
posted.
people who are listening
So
to
if
this
you're listening to
missed
it now, you didn't know. Yeah.
watch it. What's it called?
Winter is coming live.
Ooh.
Yes.
Adding the live makes it spooky.
I know.
Winter's coming
Live.
live.
Yeah, so I'm super excited because I always watch the show anyway, and now I get paid to watch the show and talk about
God, I
it.
didn't even think about that part.
Yeah.
That's fantastic.
I know.
We're super jazzed. It's one of those things I realized there's so much that I don't really remember about it.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like it's been so long and I haven't yet caught up and I don't know if I'm going to have time to actually like watch the last episode just to catch.
Oh, right. Just watch
know what I
the
mean?
last episode of season 4.
Yeah. Cuz I'm like who did what to who? I mean everything happens so
Basically, okay, I'm going to say some things, so if you haven't watched it, you don't want to get spoiled.
Yeah,
like,
spoiler alert.
You know, fast forward like 35 seconds or whatever we need to do.
Wow, you're going to talk quick.
I am going to talk quick. Last episode of season 4, Tyrion kills the whore and the dad, and then gets on the boat and sails off.
He kills his lady friend.
Yeah, because
he
she finds-
totally. Oh right,
Yeah.
I forgot.
And
She
I think
fucked
the
him on a
episode
couple
before
levels.
is when
Hey-o.
Yeah.
Ooh.
The episode before is when Heidi McHotterson got his head exploded in by the mountain.
Yes,
Yep.
the Viper.
The Viper, that's it. I
Yes.
just call him Heidi McHotterson.
Which, by the way, and I will say, so in all reverence to Heidi McHotterson, he was on The Mentalist.
Oh, really? Mm-hmm. That's so funny.
And he was on The Mentalist before I saw him as the Viper.
Right.
And I thought he was horrible. I was like, who's this fucking jagoff? Like, this guy is so horrible, blah, blah, blah. Then I saw Game of Thrones. I was like, I love that guy.
Yeah.
Then went back to watch The Mentalist, and he came back on for an episode or two, and I was like, that guy is so great. And I was like, oh, I must have just not realized how great he was before. But totally
That's so
changed
funny.
my opinion of him. I was
Man
like, oh my
crush.
God.
Man crush.
Total man
Yeah.
crush.
I definitely accosted him at Comic-Con, like drunk at a party. I like found him and I was like, I walked up to him and I was like, how do I tell you I love you without it being weird? And he's like, you just did. And I'm like, okay, cool. Bye, thanks.
How
And he was
tall
like,
is he?
now that you're walking
He's
away,
not that tall.
it got weird.
Yeah. I'm like, ha, bye.
He's like, first it wasn't weird, now it's really weird.
I do weird shit at Comic-Con.
This is true. I can attest to that.
Yeah,
I've been
I've
around
been-
some of it.
You totally
I've been
have.
involved in some. I've actually facilitated some of
I
it.
forgot
I still facilitate some of it.
This is why we are such good friends, is because you don't tell anyone the stuff you facilitate
I
for
do
me. At
not.
Comic-Con.
Until now.
No, Tom, you don't get to know.
It'll make good radio.
It'll make a good radio.
Is it called radio?
Are we making radio? It'll make good Morse code communiques.
Can we like transport you from the past and be like in a time machine for our audio engineer?
Not that old.
I'm not that old.
No, you're not that old, but I think you're not that old because you actually live in 1955.
Oh my God, that would be amazing.
much.
Yeah.
That would be.
Mostly the 80s.
We should bring you here for a couple hours every Saturday.
Yeah, that would
to
be
do
like
this.
the lamest sci-fi movie.
Yeah.
It was like, yeah, we invented time travel so we could bring this guy in just to help make sure the levels were all right with our podcast. And then we send him back to 1950. He's basically the guy that invented radar. So anyway, I'm excited.
Yes.
To be honest, I'm the most excited about Arya.
Oh, yeah,
Arya
her
Stark. Like, I
story.
just feel like she's the one that
'Cause-
I'm like,
Again, spoiler if you haven't seen season 4 yet, but the Hound is dead, so
Correct.
Yeah, she's now on her own.
Yeah.
She's off in what's
she's
the
going.
name of that?
She's going up to Winterfell. I
Not-
think is what it is.
No,
she's
no,
on
no.
a boat.
Didn't she go to not Valhalla? What is she went to the land of the face changers.
No, she didn't go all up.
Just she got on the ship at the end of episode 4 and showed them the coin.
But I thought she was taking the ship to go up to Winterfell.
Oh,
and it
I
just
kn-
happened to be that the guy was from whatever her sword fighter guy
I
is.
think the guy said, we're not going that way, but I can bring you this way. Because she doesn't go up to Winterfell. Maybe I'm crazy. Maybe
Well,
this is
we'll
me
find
mixing
out.
up the
We'll
books
find
and the
out.
show. I forget. Anyway,
I don't
well,
watch
here's
it.
the thing. Everyone's going to be
Of
listening.
course you watch it. What are you talking about?
I don't watch it.
You don't watch
don't
Game
watch
of
it?
Thrones?
I know we're having a big party tomorrow for it, but I don't. Jen watches it. My wife. I
You're literally throwing a Game of Thrones viewing party
I mean-
at your house, and you don't watch Game of Thrones. That
By
is
the
the
way,
weirdest thing
we
ever.
could not have picked a more perfect person to be our audio engineer because he's the opposite
Yeah, exactly.
of us. He like literally is the antithesis
God,
of
I love
everything
it.
that we do.
I love nerds. I'm a Daredevil. I was all about that. I'm a big comic
Oh,
book.
by the way,
and,
did anybody watch the Netflix show Daredevil?
No, is it
I haven't
good?
watched it yet.
First 2 episodes are great.
Yeah,
There you
I'm
go.
so excited. It just came out. Very
Yeah.
excited.
I'm
All
a nerd. That's all I'll say. We can stop.
I love
Yeah,
it.
sure,
just
whatever.
Don't. An old man.
Watch some Game of Thrones then.
Okay, so sometimes I love medical shit, like just crazy medical
Cool.
shit.
Like Grey's Anatomy?
Yeah, like Grey's Anatomy. I love medical dramas.
Yes.
That are really more about the characters
And less
than
about the medical
and
shit.
injuries.
I'll lend you my CD-ROM.
Oh, there you go.
I love it. You mean you have Grey's Anatomy season 1 on CD-ROM?
Yes.
Amazing. The interactive Grey's Anatomy the fan CD-ROM.
Okay, so you love medical shit.
I love medical shit. So, I don't know if you heard this announcement,
Okay.
but the first man who is ever going to receive a full head transplant is going to happen.
Wait, what?
Yes.
How do you receive a head transplant?
They take your head off of your body and put it on a donor body. It's fucking Frankenstein. Also, not even Frankenstein. Like when I'm old,
Okay.
I'm gonna be like, yeah,
So
let's put me on a
he's not getting
28-year-old
he's not
porn
getting
star's
a head,
body, please.
Right, no, he's not getting a head transplant. He's getting a body transplant.
Well, somebody's getting a head transplant, and I think it's a trash can.
Who's getting his old body? then? Yeah.
yeah, trash.
But that's what I mean. It's like it's his head because it's his brain and his mind, but it's going on a different body.
Mm-hmm. Correct.
Where is this happening?
Where else?
France.
Russia.
Oh,
Oh, those wacky.
Where else would they first do it? In Russia.
that's got to be a pot. What about the spine? You can't sever the spine.
No, they know how to do that now.
What? What?
Yes. And in 1970, the first guy ever attempted it, some guy named Dr. White, he tried this with monkeys. Of course, all the monkeys died.
Oh my god!
Because they couldn't they didn't know how, they didn't have the technology to connect the spinal cord. Well, now, which by the way, when the fuck did they come up with the idea, like how to connect the spinal cord? Anyway, I'm clearly not a doctor,
right?
On many, many levels. But how crazy is this? So this guy is his name is Valery Spiridonov.
Perfect pronunciation.
Thank you so much. All the Russians are like, it's the Spiridonov.
Yeah.
So I'm just gonna call him Valerie because that's probably.
How about Val?
Val. So Val is a Russian computer scientist, and he's got this rare form of a spinal muscular atrophy called Weirding-Hoffmann disease.
Whoa.
And it's terminal.
Okay.
So the guy's like, my body's all fucked up, my brain's fine,
Right.
I'm dying. Yeah, I'll be the first guy to get a fucking brain, like a whole head transplant.
Yeah.
And so
no, body transplant. I mean,
yes.
they're transplanting his head.
Right. It is basically a body transplant.
Right.
Because the head part is the part, but that gets to that whole fucked up thing of like, so you are just you because of your head?
Well,
and nothing else?
To me, it's the brain.
Yeah.
That's the biggest thing that I think defines you as a human being. But see, this goes into like the okay, I'm gonna get super nerdy, but like if we go into Doctor Who, like the reason that all the regenerations of the Doctor are so different is because they regenerate an entirely new body, so their senses are completely different.
Yeah.
So it defines a different personality trait.
Right.
So that would be interesting to see if that would happen with this dude, because all of a sudden like the way he touches things is going to be different, and the way he moves around the world is going to be different. So I think that would change him a lot.
And yeah, I mean, he's in a wheelchair, right? He has like a little automatic wheelchair, whatever it's called, electric power wheelchairs or whatever.
The Stephen Hawking chair.
The Stephen Hawking chair, basically. But I love it. He's like, what brand of wheelchair do you have? I have the Stephen Hawking edition.
Yeah.
It's sort of like the Eddie Bauer of wheelchairs.
Oh my gosh!
So
my mother totally had the Eddie Bauer Ford Explorer, by the way, when we were growing up.
By the way, is Eddie Bauer still a thing? I mean, I know we're talking about head transplants and stuff, but I feel like when was the last time you heard the word Eddie Bauer?
I don't know.
Someone check on Eddie Bauer. Internet's get on that.
Yeah,
You're
make sure
from
he's
the
okay.
50s, apparently.
Yeah, he's like, who's Eddie Bauer? He seems so fun. He's Jack Bauer's cousin, Eddie.
Yeah.
Anyway, so
head transplant.
But also, yeah, so he's now going to go from a guy who's in a wheelchair to a guy who, but then you don't even know. Like, is he even going to be able to walk?
Like, or will he? Yeah, who knows? It all depends on how the surgery go.
But also, can he just be like, meh, I don't really like this one. Let me just wait until somebody else gets hit in a car accident, and then I'll just take that body. I mean, once it's happening, like...
Right.
And, by the way, let's all talk about the elephant in the room. Robot bodies.
Robot bodies.
I mean, come on. It's in the room right over there.
Just get a robot. Wait, it is? Do you have a robot body over there?
No, that's just where I'm going to put it when I get one. I have an area in my
Is
garage
it hiding
for my
behind the
robot body.
surfboard? I'm like,
I'm just waiting.
By the way, when you started saying this story with someone's getting the first ever full something transplant, I thought you were going to say penis transplant, because that's now a thing too.
That already happened, yeah, in South Africa.
Yeah.
Yes.
Wait, did we talk about this last episode?
No, we should have.
Yeah. No, it's because apparently there's like a tribe
Did
down
you say
there.
it's common?
It's common, yeah. That's why it happened down there, because there's a tribe that that the men get circumcised, but at the age of 18, and yeah. And that's like what brings them into the manhood or whatever.
That's what does it.
I was like,
in my day.
I think that actually does backwards what it's supposed to do.
But enough of those things get botched that it's hundreds of 18-year-olds have to have their penises amputated because of botched circumcisions.
What?
Yeah. So they.
So glad I didn't grow up there.
God bless America.
Yeah.
So they now can do penis transplants.
This is also good for us, Alex.
Hey, man, I'm in. In case, you accidentally slam your penis in a car door and you're like, oh, what do I do now?
Wait, you know what I did this week?
Slammed your penis in the car door?
I slammed my dog's tail in the car door.
You're a horrible person.
I know. I kid you not. The very first thought that went through my brain was, Allison, this is why you'll never be a mother. Like, that's exactly what I thought.
Amazing.
Did you just say tail transplant?
Well, I said penis transplant. I don't know why he would put a human penis on instead of his tail. It's like, he had a freak accident, but we were in South Africa, and they allowed him to put a penis on his tail.
My dog's enough of a lunatic that wouldn't be weird, actually.
Yeah, that dog would be like, I'm just more happy. I can put this anywhere.
What a joke. Hold
That would
on.
also
Yeah,
benefit
it's like
Allison.
yeah, it's like no wonder he's chasing his tail so much. It's a giant penis.
Okay, Allison's choking to death.
Oh my god! First off, so back to
Mine went
robot
down the wrong
bodies.
tube. Oh.
Robot bodies. I mean,
I want one.
oh my god, how cool would that be?
Come on. See, I know RoboCop, Allison.
that's
nerd
that's a non-50s reference.
Okay, we got you from the 80s, okay?
No, he was talking about the
Super
Joel Kleinman
Patriots.
version.
The joke, yeah. No.
I don't want robot bodies because, like, I don't feel like sex with robot
No, but-
bodies is not that fun.
No,
First
it's not
off-
that bad. I mean,
Yeah, it was yeah. Oh, I'm sure they'll technically get over that hurdle once they figure out how to put your head on a robot body. They've got the sex nailed down.
Yeah.
They're like, that's problem
the first
one.
thing they
yeah,
do.
that's
Yeah,
problem
exactly.
We
one.
have flashlights, so.
Oh my god, my favorite statement. I was talking about the Oculus Rift.
Yes.
You know? And I was talking to my friend and I was like, "Oh my god." And he was like, "Yeah, just think about the porn." And I was like, oh, "The porn." And I go, "It's like," and there was a couch. I was like, "It's like I could be looking at this couch and like two girls could be totally doing it on the couch." And I'd be like, "Oh my god, I'm seeing two girls doing it on a couch." And he was like, "If you could have VR sex, why wouldn't you be having VR sex?
Yes.
Why would it just be you watching other people have sex in VR?"
Yeah.
And I was like, "Yeah." And then I go,
How
"Oh my
to
god."
wrap your brain around that one.
Yeah, well then I came up with a genius idea, which is a fleshlight with tracking balls. Boom.
With
tracking balls. Yeah, 3D tracking balls. Like think
Brilliant.
about those weird suits with the balls, and they like
Yeah.
run around. And they're like, "No, I'm a hobbit." It's a fleshlight with tracking balls, so you can just sort of like, bam, there's a chick on it
Oh, I see.
in VR.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't need porn.
Oh, you're
I see.
happily married.
I see.
That was being sarcastic.
I thought you said that's penis sarcastic.
I heard that
and
too.
I was like, penis,
Maybe I did.
penis sarcastic is my new favorite comedian.
Penis sarcastic.
I love that I just said comedian.
Comedian. Haha.
Speaking of which, how we doing on our half-hour time?
Why is that speaking?
26 minutes and 37
26
seconds.
minutes.
I know. I feel. By the way, internets, we heard you when you guys were like, you said it's a half-hour happy hour, but it's 45 minutes long. We're not putting a cap on
Yeah.
awesome.
It's the
Yeah.
ubiquitous half hour.
Yes.
Or not ubiquitous. It's the
half
metaphoric half hour.
ish.
It's less than an hour of happy.
Yes.
Is a good way to put it.
We will never give you a full hour of happy.
No.
Unless we're doing
has
like a
time for
Comic-Con special or something.
Exactly. And then we'll call it 2 half-hour happy hours with Alex.
That's exactly what we'll call it.
Half-hour happy hour with Alison and Alex X2.
Times 2.
Times
Times 2.
2 and not X-Men 2. Okay, so I just want to talk about this because
Okay.
there's way too many outbreaks of foodborne illnesses lately.
Yeah.
So they found listeria, which is really shitty. I don't know exactly what it is. Probably makes you poop a lot. But they found it in Sabra hummus, which, by the way, is the hummus I eat. I have some in
Okay.
my fridge right now.
Have you been pooping a lot?
It's the first time that I was like reading an article. I was like, oh, because usually you're like, oh, foodborne illness
Yeah,
and like,
yeah,
you
yeah.
know, Minnesotan hamburger pies. And you're like, man, I don't eat that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But then I saw this and I was like, oh my God, I have that in my fucking fridge. Like, danger
Yeah.
alert, danger alert.
Danger, Will Robinson.
Danger, Will Robinson. Don't get listeria.
Yeah.
Have you ever had a recalled food? A recalled a food?
I don't think so. You know what did happen to me once?
Not eating it, but like, oh my God, I got to throw
Oh,
that shit
in-
out because it's recalled.
I don't think so.
Yeah, I don't think so either.
I did when I was working on Battleground.
Mm-hmm.
That show for Hulu that I did, which you can still watch. Go to Hulu.
Hulu.com
Search Battleground. Watch 13 episodes. It's awesome.
Nice.
We shot the week of we were shooting like all through the October, November, December, and we were shooting over Thanksgiving. And we had to shoot the Wednesday before Thanksgiving. And they let us wrap early because some people caught flights out that night to go home.
You were shooting on the East Coast, right?
No, we were shooting in Wisconsin, Madison, Wisconsin.
That's very not East Coast.
Not at all.
The weird thing is, I literally just knew you weren't shooting in L.A., and I was
Yeah.
like, somewhere in the East, right?
No.
East of Los Angeles?
Yeah, it is east of Los Angeles.
Yeah, it's
Anyway,
Wisconsin.
I caught a flight Thanksgiving morning, 6 a.m., flew to my parents' place. They now live in Hilton Head, South Carolina. I had to take 2 flights to get there. And I had to land in Charleston, which is 2.5 hours away from where my parents live, and rent a car and drive to them. That's how
my
I was
God.
basically arriving just in time to get Thanksgiving dinner. On my first flight, when we landed, I puked. And I was like, yeah. I was like,
just from landing?
Well, that's what I thought. I was like, that's weird. I got air sick. That's so bizarre. And thankfully, they had the little barf bags in it, so I puked in a bag, and I was like,
I've used those.
oh yeah. And I was like,
Not on the
and then
plane,
you throw up and you like feel better when it's motion sickness. I'm like, oh okay, I'm great. And I get onto my second plane. I had like no layover time, so I just run and I basically get on my second flight.
You like drop the bag in a trash can.
Yes, yeah. And then we're taxiing, and as soon as we start taking off, I'm oh my god, and I start puking again, and I'm the window seat, and there's like this little like 11-year-old kid sitting next to me and his dad on the other side, and I'm like, I'm so sorry. I'm like, I don't think I'm sick. I don't think this is contagious. I don't know what's going on right now.
The kid's like,
and so
That lady's sad.
I know. As soon as we got up in the air, I locked myself in the bathroom for the entire flight, puking the whole time. Landed. When you throw up for that long, you're just like dying.
Yeah.
You can't move.
Yep.
I then have to go rent a car and drive myself 2.5 hours.
My God.
I'm like, I get to my parents' house. I don't even have dinner. I just immediately go to bed. I'm out of commission for 48 hours, like 2 full days. I cannot eat anything.
Was it
It's
food poisoning
awful.
or something?
I'm like, it must have been or something like that. I didn't know. I get back to Madison Sunday, like late Sunday night. I have like a 6 a.m. call the next day, so I don't even see anyone when I get back to Madison.
Yeah.
I'm on set, 6 a.m. in the green room, and our second AD comes in, and he looks at me and goes, so when did you get sick? And I'm like, how did you know? And he's like, 90% of the cast and crew got food poisoning from the catering on Wednesday. They had made us this like special Thanksgiving meal.
It was special.
Yeah, what assholes
But
are like,
because it
we'll
was-
make you a special meal.
Yeah, because it
dicks.
was 90% of because it was 90% of a production, it technically was we had to report it to like the
like the insurance or something?
no, the
or what?
health bureau, because it was like a mini
outbreak.
epidemic or something. And they found out what we all had was what's it? I think it's called neuro poisoning. It's
What? Neuro poisoning?
not neuro like your brain. It's spelled differently.
I was like, you had brain poisoning? That sounds really
I
serious.
know. It's when you hear stories about cruise ships getting entirely sick. It's not from actually the food. It's from it's from not properly cleaned like serving utensils and dishes and stuff like that. Yeah. So we all got it. Needless to say,
Flavorful.
we had brand new caterers on Monday.
You think?
Yeah. But yeah,
Oh, my
everyone
God.
on that cast and crew was sick over Thanksgiving. It
Oh
sucked.
my God. Have you ever had like food
Oh
poisoning?
yeah. I got food poisoning while I was on set while I was shooting a McDonald's commercial. To be fair,
Irony of ironies.
not from the McDonald's
Or, well,
that we were
coincidental.
eating. It was from the catering because we hadn't eaten any of the McDonald's food yet. By the time I started getting sick, all we had was we had our meal at 6 hours, and then 2 hours later, like clockwork, I was puking every 45 minutes. They were literally like, we do a take. They yelled cut, and we were shooting in downtown LA outside.
Yeah.
They'd yell cut. I would run across the street and puke in an alley. Hair and makeup would run after me.
First off,
clean
why
up.
did they not give you a trash can? You're like, I'll just throw up in the alley. It's cool. We're just downtown LA.
Because it
It's
started happening. It just started happening so
Yeah,
quickly.
yeah.
Like they eventually did. It
Yeah.
was just the first couple times they weren't prepped for it. You
Yeah.
know? It was awful. We didn't wrap until 6 a.m. and when I finally wrapped my last shot, the entire crew gave me a standing ovation for like making it through the
that's so
shoot.
Sweet.
I was like,
You're like, I'm gonna go home and throw
you
up
know
my
what's
liver.
fucking crazy is that was over Thanksgiving too, because I was supposed to fly home to my parents' house the next day.
Maybe you're just
And I had to change my flight.
Anti-Thanksgiving.
Why'd you
This
hate
is like your
America so
body.
much?
Yeah. What are you, communist?
ISIS.
what
Oh
are
my
you,
gosh.
ISIS? Because
Yes.
you throw up during Thanksgiving, like
Yep.
ISIS does.
Yeah, all the time.
All the time. Yeah, no, my worst food poisoning experience was actually like the super 5-star restaurant down in downtown DC. Now, here's the weird thing. There's a couple problems with this story. A, I hate mushrooms with
Yes.
a passion.
Okay. You're like my dad.
For some reason, I bought the mushroom tamales. I also hate tamales. So no, I was on a date. And so I was like trying to be like, oh, I'll have the mushroom tamales. I've heard they're good. You know what I mean? Like I think the waiter was probably like, well, the mushroom tamales are what we're famous for. And I was like, I'll have that.
This was not a date with Heather, I'm assuming, because there's no way you
No,
married
this
the
was
woman
like
you got mushroom tamales
25 years ago.
All right.
God, not 25 years ago. Let's just pretend
4
I didn't
years
say
ago
that.
when you were 18.
4 years ago when I was 18, yeah. I'm so young now. No, so anyway, so I have the food, and we go home, back to college, and I was like, at like 8, I was like, I'm not feeling so well. I'm just going to go ahead and call it. I'm going to call it a night.
Yeah.
Just get into my bunk bed. Now, we have, of course, you share restrooms, right? So there's like a guy's room and a girl's room on a floor of like 50 people, right?
Right.
I went to bed, and about 8:30, I was
Wow.
like, ooh, ooh, I gotta throw up. Run into the bathroom, throw up like crazy. Get back into bed. I'm like, yeah, I'm cool. Half an hour later,
Nope.
oh, I gotta take a massive shit. Run into the bathroom, diarrhea like crazy.
Oh, gosh.
Go back to bed. Half hour later, I was like, I kind of have to do both. Run back in. And literally at 3 o'clock in the morning, my roommate was like, I'm taking you to the hospital. Like
Right.
every half an hour, I was going to the bathroom and throwing up and super diarrhea.
Oh, God.
And I got, which by the way, it's a medical term. They told me about it later.
Super
diarrhea. They were like, did you have diarrhea or super diarrhea? And I was like, I think super diarrhea. But I went to the hospital.
We should have put a disclaimer at the beginning of this episode. Be like, do not listen if you're eating.
Yeah. I think this one's title is going to be super diarrhea.
Yeah.
But anyway, so I went to the hospital, and the way that they check to see if you're dehydrated is they take your blood pressure when you're lying down, and then you stand up, and they take your blood pressure again. And if the difference is more than like 20 points, you're dehydrated.
Oh, interesting.
I don't fucking understand how that works technically, but it works.
Is this why I always feel dizzy when I'm hungover? Because something with my blood pressure.
I'm gonna say we'll check the WebMD CD-ROM on the way out, but yes.
Yeah.
So I do that, and I was 100 points difference, and so I literally spent the night. They gave me 3 bags of saline solution.
Oh gosh.
And I was like, "What?" And they were like, "What the fuck did you eat?" And I was like, "Mushroom
Mushroom
tamales
tamales.
at this and it was like a super fancy restaurant. I mean, it was like way too much money for me to get food poisoning.
Yeah.
So you basically just admitted that you went on this great date and didn't take her home.
Yeah.
Well, I took her home, and then I shat and vomited on her.
God. Gross.
So it didn't. Let's just say it didn't end well.
Right.
It didn't end as well as I want. It didn't end as well as this episode just did.
Oh,
What?
snap. Look at that segue.
Segue.
By the way, I feel like the title of this episode should be Mushroom Tamales.
Done.
Just because I don't think anyone's going to want to listen to a podcast
super
labeled
diarrhea?
Super Diarrhea.
Amazing. Oh my God. Well, that is it. We've done another half-hour happy hour.
What's
High fives
up?
all
High
around.
five.
High fives
High
all around.
five.
Oh my God, super fun.
I know. Thanks for listening, guys. And,
Yeah,
please
and subscribe, review. Let us know what you think.
rate, share.
Rate.
We actually are listening because this is brand new to us too, so we really want to know what you guys think.
Yeah.
What do you want to hear from us
Hey.
besides me eating crackers into the mic?
Yeah, we should actually know what we should do
What?
is we should set up a Gmail account and then have people submit stuff like
Brilliant.
story ideas that they want us to talk about.
Brilliant.
That sounds fantastic.
Make that happen
I'm gonna make that
immediately.
happen. Let's say what it is that the email address is going to be, and I'll just make it when I get back in there.
Well, no, let's not say it because we can't see if it's available right now.
Yeah. God, I hate technology.
Yeah.
I thought we were in the future. Aren't they in the future? They should know.
Transplanting heads.
Yeah, we're transplanting heads. We can't come up with a way to instantly create a Gmail
Yeah.
account. Anyway, well, we will get that information out to you. Thank you guys so much for listening. I'm Alex Albrecht. We will see you next week.
I'm Alison Haislip.
And that's Tom Krajewski.
Oh, goodbye.
That is a
go back
50s
It's your show, guys.
That is
Go
a
back to
50
1955.
I was going to say, that's a 50s sign-off if I ever heard it.
Goodbye, everybody.
Yeah.
Good night and good luck.
Have a great weekend, Ovaltine.
Ovaltine.